Okay, so disregarding the logistics of this fight, this is great news, man. We have two young, phenomenal boxers that are great representations of the sport, still considering potentially fighting.
Oh, you know what, Richard? You want to go?
Bet, Skippy, let's go.
You want to go? Come on, man. Watch out.
But is it even realistic to entertain this fight? Or is it just a waste of time?
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know one line.
Yo, what's good, Boxing Talk family? It's your boy, Dr. Boxing Talk, back for another YouTube video. Banger, man. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I know what time it is. The doctor's in the house, man. So check this out. As you can see, we have Gervonta Davis being interviewed by Bubba Dub, and he was asked a question about Devin Haney and the potential fight, and he entertained it, man. He was like, yeah, that fight could still happen.
Bullshit! Bullshit! Bullshit, 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 bullshit.
And I think that's good news, you know, despite the recent news on both ends, you know what I'm saying, Gervonta Davis with who he's willing to work with and who he's not willing to work with, and Devin Haney with his situation with Ryan Garcia when he was cheated.
We do not let people who are on the juice discuss real athletes. That's all.
You know, it's cool that this is still on the forefront of a lot of people's mind from a people standpoint, because that's obvious, right? When Bubba Dub asks this question, he represents the casual boxing fan. And before, you know, we get offended by words like casual, I mean that with the utmost respect, right?
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
I mean it as, let's be honest, boxing is a difficult sport to keep in tune with, you know, and keep up to date with, right? Because there's so many moving parts, so many champions, so many sanctioning bodies, so many promotional companies that it gets pretty much convoluted and complicated for a lot of people. They ain't got time for it. So my point is that Bubba Dub, do you think that him and other casual boxing fans are worried about weight classes? Do you think they even know about the difference in weight, the disparity in weight that really makes fights realistic or unrealistic, you know? And they just ask questions about two guys that they're familiar with, you know, in this case is Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis. So I think that's good, because I do think that that represents the average boxing fan. It's like they're not too concerned with, oh, does this person work out with this person? You know, are they the same weight class? Are they the same size? Is it even realistic for them to fight? They're in the same sanctioning bodies. Are they ranked the same? Are they same promotional companies? They don't worry about that. They just know they still know two stars and they want them to fight. So I think this is a good thing, because the masses still want to see Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney. And so when he was asked about would he fight Devin Haney, this is what Gervonta Davis said himself.
About Haney, man, you know, they keep mentioning his name with you.
Yeah, I'll definitely for sure be open in a fight. Devin, for sure. Or even if he look good against Ryan too, and he don't get the win, like I feel as though it would still be like a good fight to have. So I think it still would be a good fight with me and Devin for sure.
So basically he was like, yeah, man, the fight is still possible. I'm still interested in that fight. Even if Devin Haney loses, you know, just as long as he looks good doing it, you know, he has to handle some business first. You know, he has a fight with Jose Carlos Ramirez, and then following a potential rematch with Ryan Garcia.
We do not let people who are on the juice discuss real athletes. That's all.
Hopefully he's clean this time. And then he's saying, hey, man, if he doesn't even have to win, he just has to look good. And that fight is still a potential option for us to explore, you know, in the future. Now, to me, I think it's a little bit of a reach, right? You know, because Devin Haney has been campaigning at 140, right? And he even said he's going up to 147. Now, Tank, he's been to 140 against Mario Barrios, but he said that he wouldn't go back to 140 because it's too much for his size. You know, he wants to stay in campaign for the duration of his career at 135, but he could potentially go back to 140 against guys like Jose Rayo Valenzuela, who was explored as a potential matchup before he landed on Lamont Roach, right? So it's not out of the question for him to go to 140, you know, just to visit there, right? But Devin Haney already announced that he's done with 140. So unless they meet at 140 and Devin Haney's willing to come back down, which I think will be a struggle for him, or Gervonta Davis is willing to go up past 140, which I think is a struggle for him, both by their own admissions, then I don't think that this fight is even realistic or even worth entertaining. However, like I said, again, for the average fan, it's just two big names, and if this fight can happen, I'll be interested in it. But I think that ship has sailed already. You know what I'm saying? I think it's long gone. But I do think that Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis stylistically on paper is a good matchup, right? I think Shakur is a good matchup for Gervonta Davis too. I personally believe that Gervonta Davis beats both of them. I think Shakur is the more comparable matchup, more competitive matchup. But I do think that Gervonta Tank Davis beats both of them. But I'll be interested and intrigued by the fights and entertained by it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that Gervonta Davis beats Devin Haney handily. Shakur Stevenson, I think, will be more of a chess match, but I think he comes out on top as well. But like I said, I still am interested in those guys clashing, and even throw Teofimo in the mix, you know.
No, Teofimo. We'll see.
I was interested in all those guys clashing, so I love all these fights potentially, but I just don't think that any of them are realistic, besides Tank and Shakur, being that they're both champions in the same division currently right now, and they're the ones that are pretty much active, you know what I'm saying? And with Devin Haney and Teofimo potentially becoming active, you know, as the year progresses. But we'll see, man. Well, especially with Devin Haney, but you know, Teofimo doesn't even have a legitimate fight yet. You know, he's potentially fighting Richardson Hitches, potentially moving up to 147, potentially fighting Boots, potentially fighting Brian Norman.
Teofimo. We'll see.
Potentially fighting all these guys, but ain't fighting nobody. So we'll see how it goes, man. I like for all these guys to mix it up, but I do think that it's a little far-fetched to expect Gervonta Tank Davis and Devin Haney to clash in the ring at this point in their careers, unless it's coming at the end of somebody's retirement, you know what I'm saying? Then we never know what could happen, you feel me? So y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Don't forget to smack that like button, but most importantly, remember we can do anything without God, we're nothing. Let me know what y'all think about that in the comments, man. The doctor's out. Peace.
From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold, we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.